Jambo, I'm Chef Arnold. I've had the privilege of making so many chicken dishes like the Kiev, Maryland, the tandoori. But today, I'd like to make the jambonnet de volaille, which is a stuffed chicken dish from a classic French recipe, incorporating the orange flesh sweet potato, which is rich, very rich in vitamin A. So join me as we start this culinary journey. So you can see our chicken is covered. The white meat is a bit delicate, so you need to debone this. I've never fancied butcher work. Maybe you can ask your butcher to help you in butchering if you have a problem with it. So you lay the chicken skin side down, make an incision. So this is delicate work. I'm going to concentrate. So if I keep quiet for a while, please bear with me. And the bones, you can set them aside. You can use it to make a stock or some juice when you're cooking. So there we are, we have a chicken. Need to go into the marinade. This is a light soy sauce with lemon juice. It will give it a nice flavor and kick to it. We put in the ginger and garlic. We put in the freshly milled pepper. A bit of salt. And of course, our vegetable oil. So basically when you're marinating, the idea of marinating is to be able to put in as much flavor as possible into what is an existing flavor. So this is done. Chicken is a white meat which has got naturally occurring salmonella, so you have to be very careful how you handle it. So part of the reason why we use an acidic medium when marinating, you're actually able to mitigate part of that. So we cover this. And you keep it, cover this. So now our surface is clean and sanitized. Remember to look at the contact time on your sanitizer. Sometimes it might be 2 minutes, it might be 3 minutes. It's very important to sanitize the surface. So we move on to the next stage, which is now to dice very, very finely. This is the orange flesh sweet potato. Remember, we are actually redoing a recipe, but whoever wrote that recipe didn't have the benefit of using the orange flesh sweet potato. There you are. This is our onion. We also need to chop it. Equally fine. is a herb, rosemary, very, very aromatic. Just need to chop it. So now the next step is to take the orange flesh sweet potato and saute it together with the onions and the rosemary. So we need to get our pan hot. Remember, this is a recipe I'm recreating, and I hope I'll get it right. Because if I don't get it right, boy, oh boy, I don't know what is really going to happen. So there you are, the vegetable oil. You need to grease the pan or your hot or your pot cooking, so that whatever you put into that, you're able to saute it or fry it without it sticking onto the surface or coating the surface. So already we have used ginger and garlic in marinating the deboned chicken. So I'll not be putting in additional garlic. Reduce the heat. You only need this to lightly fry, so that all the flavors and the goodness will be released into the kitchen. So this is done, nice and ready. We'll let it cool so that we can stuff our chicken. This is our chicken. I kept it under refrigeration for about an hour as I was making the filling. So this is the orange flesh sweet potato filling. It's already cool. So the reason for keeping the chicken under refrigeration is to be able to protect it from possible bacterial contamination. This is a white meat. It's a bit susceptible to contamination. So if you're doing a bigger cut or a cut that has not been deboned, you should be able to keep under refrigeration or under marinade for even longer. But simply because this one has been deboned, it's a very straightforward case. You don't need to marinate it for too long. So now we take our chicken. This is the bacon. It's raw. We take the orange flesh sweet potato. This needs so much concentration, so I will hold my piece. You need not to start rolling it. Some of that might come off, don't worry about that. These are my toothpicks. There's a membrane that is found in the belly of a pig. You can use it to secure this so that the filling is in place. So the reason why I've stuffed this chicken with the orange flesh sweet potato is because vitamin A deficiency is a leading cause of poor sight in sub-Saharan Africa, and the orange flesh sweet potato is actually loaded with that. So the chicken is ready. It's been stuffed, so I've secured it with the toothpicks. So now I need to actually seal it. So the next phase is to seal it so that we're able to close in whatever is inside this using a hot skillet or a pan. So So get my pan. And remember, I've retained part of the marinade that was here because I'll still use it. Don't discard anything, it's all good. To graze the pan generously. This is a pure vegetable oil we're using. You should spread it evenly. So there you are. Gently. You take the other side, the side that has been deboned. You start by sealing that side first. So you can see now the chicken resembles, looks like a piece of ham that has actually been stuffed. So you can see from this other side, locked in. So because the chicken will be put in the oven, you only need to just get a light coloration to it. Once the other surface is sealed, it's good to go. So at this point, I'll bring in Pyrex dish. Chicken, still very hot. Slide down. Now you had the rest of the marinade that we had used. You spread onto it. Make sure it's coating the chicken. There you have it. The chicken is stuffed, sealed, ready, full of the orange flaked sweet potato. Now this one, we'll put it in the oven for about 30 to 40 minutes at around 120 degrees. Then it will be ready to be served. Now the chicken is ready, fresh from the oven. So I have to remove the toothpicks that we used to secure it. You can see it looks like a piece of ham that has been stuffed, hence the name jambonnette de volaille. Cut the chicken longitudinally, gently. So for this dish, I want to layer it on a bed of vegetables. So ratatouille, it's a mixture of courgette or zucchini, mushroom, diced tomatoes, sweet peppers, you can see the layers of the orange flaked sweet potato combined with the bacon and the herbs, still very much in the picture. So there you are, it's good to go. As you can see now, this meal is ready. You can enjoy this meal. It's a complete meal on its own, the way it is, with a refreshment or a drink of your choice. Enjoy.